Welcome back. So, it's been a while. It's almost the new year. Everybody, a happy and safe new year moving forward into 2023. Hope that you're healthy and you can smoke good cigars. So, we're going to talk a little bit today about a brand I haven't really talked about. Liga Privada is the cigar and Drew Estate is the brand. And let me flip it around. I'm going to go over to the humidor, and I got this special Liga Privada at a cigar event in one of the local shops, and actually won the ashtray. You can see the Liga number 10 there next to my T, and that came with a raffle. And so this Liga 10th anniversary, which we'll talk about a little more, I've had 3 or 4 of them. They're really pretty rare, but the cigar shop had 2 boxes, and I've had, I think, 4 of them, maybe 5. Now they're completely gone, but it's this baby here, the Anniversario Liga Privada. At some point, I'm going to review this great cigar from Padron, the number 95. It's a much smaller cigar. You can see it sitting in there with some of the other 64 Anniversarios, Padron, and the size. You can see the Liga size. It's not as big as some of the Ligas, and you can see not as big as like the Fuente Shark there. Certainly not nearly as long. Here's kind of a sought-after one called the Ratzilla, but you can see the size there is quite different, although the Anniversario is much thicker. Got some of the Davidoffs there that I'll be smoking at some point over this holiday weekend. And just to give you a little peek here, still got a decent supply of Cubans left from my trip in November. Some nice ones there. And then I got this cool little gadget that I'm going to show you. It's called a HumidiMeter, and it'll actually test the humidity inside the cigar. So we're going to try that on these couple of cigars here. So as always, I kind of do a watch check and a boot check. So this one, I don't know if I've done this before. This is the Seiko Astron. Now, most of my watches are automatic, but this one is solar, and so it never needs charged. I mean, the light charges it, and it's the most accurate watch, I think, in the world, they say. So really nice watch. I like the purple. It's supposed to be like stars, starry night. And then boot check, for the holiday weekend, you got to break out something a little more special. These are Pirarucu boots. Just a fantastic, kind of a rare. It's a fish, actually, but they're a little wild. They're pointy. So the jeans. I was playing with the dog, not in these boots, but in these jeans. But you can see what a cool pattern on these Pirarucus. And these, gosh, I forget the name now. I did a review, actually, of them, but it's not a real popular brand, but a great boot. So, well, with that being said, let's jump into it here, and let's check out this humidity meter and see how it does. So I've got the humidity meter here, and I'm going to show you how it works. But before I do, I'm gonna use it on this Liga Privada that I want to review. Here's the Liga. It's got a pretty cool cap to it. You can see how it's kind of tied at the top there. Now, I actually cheated. I was going to smoke this, so I'd actually cut the cap, and then I thought, you know what, this is such a great cigar, I ought to do a review. So you can see the Liga in the bottom of it. Gets in there. Yeah, you can see the bottom is kind of wrapped up, and so it lights really nice with that extra tobacco there. And so we're going to do that. I'm going to flip that cap off the top there. It just fell on the coffee table, cigar table. You can see the Liga. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this humidity meter, pull the cap off, and you see the two gauges there, or 2 probes, and you stick those probes inside the cigar and you hit on, and we see what kind of reading we get here. We can read that on there. 62%. Now dropped to 59. So it's somewhere, it does fluctuate. I think the more I leave it out here, the more it's losing. You see down to 57 now. But you just kind of stick that probe or the probes right into the cigar. Now, for instance, I'm going to pull this cigar that I have towards the back of the humidor where it's more moist. And this is a Partagas, a Cuban Partagas number 4, which is a great cigar. And I want to see, because that humidity level should be a little higher than what we just did there, what we read there, certainly 59 or so. So let's try this one and see what it reads. All right, look at that, if you can read it. So it was reading 70, it's now 67. So much better humidification towards the back of the humidor. This Liga, sorry about the focus, is one that, again, I got from Cigar Shop. It's typically, they keep their stuff pretty well humidified, but again, it's kind of a cool little gadget if you want to really see how dried out your cigars. You know, this one reading at 60, then dropping down to 57 or so. You know, I'm just not that worried about it. Not worried that it's too dry. I mean, I'll let you know, but I think that's, you know, if it was in the 40s or something, but obviously you'd like to have a little more, and, you know, I don't know what the difference is sometimes between, you know, the outside and the inside of the cigar humidity wise, but let's light it up and see. So you can see with that excess tobacco sort of on the end of it, it really does light it nice, although you got to keep her going to get into the meat of the cigar there. So this Liga Anniversario 10 has a really tremendously dark, oily wrapper. And you might think with the Ligas that it's really strong, but it's not. It's smooth. I really like this Anniversario number 10. I like it better than the traditional Liga lines. It's actually smoother, creamier, but still has some punch and flavor. The draw is perfect, even with the two ends, the one end having the knotted cigar tied to it, and then the other end having kind of loose tobacco on the end to help you light. But once you draw it, I mean, it's absolutely perfect draw. The smoke, I mean, it's got a ton of smoke. Not like the heaviest smoke. Not, you know, it's a nice cigar. It's the way I think a cigar should smoke. Construction appears to be great. It's burning evenly. Flavor. It's got a lot of variety of flavors here. You know, I'm not the best at. You hear people saying leather and coffee and chocolate and all that. I don't necessarily identify cigars that way. Either I like them or I don't. I don't like a ton of spice or pepper. Ligas have a little bit. I think that Ligero leaf, where the Liga comes from, is a strong leaf, the strongest leaf. But it doesn't mean it's the most peppery. Really beautiful wrapper. Oily, dark. I like the band. What's sort of the silver print over the charcoal gray. Really nice cigar, and I'll tell you, Drew Estate. What a brand! You know, I haven't really reviewed too many, but I mean their catalog is probably as diverse as any cigar maker there is. I mean, they got the flavored cigars, the acids that are hands down the best flavored cigars. If you want to smoke a flavored cigar, get an acid, because the high quality tobacco and flavors are great. You know, I used to do flavored cigars. I just don't much anymore. I like the pure unflavored or the natural tobacco, but if I'm in the mood for a flavored cigar, definitely a Drew Estate Acid is going to be the way to go. They got this line, the Liga, which is, sorry for the noise, that's my air cleaner kicking on. Smoke is getting there. So the Ligas, I guess it's probably, I should research it before talking, but I think that's like their high end. It's certainly their stronger cigars. They're not cheap. Got some really good ones in the Liga Privada line. I've never had a bad one. They got some interesting ones like that Ranzella. Excuse me. And then, you know, Drew Estate has a ton of other cigars. Herrera Esteli is a great cigar. The Miami line is fantastic with the Herreras. I mean, the list goes on and on. And I've never had anything but quality from Drew Estate. I would say that of the Drew Estates that I smoke the most, this one, the Liga, is going to be, it just seems to be more what I like. Price point, I mean, they're not super premium priced. You know, they're on the high end, but not as high certainly as Padron, Davidoff. You know, that type, you know, those super premiums. But I would say their the quality in smoke is almost there. This one is there. This one, I think, is around an $18, $19 price point, which is high for a Liga. The other ones aren't usually that high. But this is a great $20 cigar. I mean, it rivals Padron, Davidoff at $30 price point. So it's a fantastic cigar, building up in flavor as they go. You can see the construction is perfect the way it's burning. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy this. This is a great cigar. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know. I'm not going to give it a numerical rating. I'm just going to tell you it's a great cigar. I think they're in somewhat limited supply. So if you go into your local cigar shop and you see this, I definitely would recommend picking it up. Pick up 2 of them. You know, smoke one there and take one with you. So again, a little bit of a zoom in there on the Anniversario, the Liga. And all good. We'll see you soon.